Hi, it's Atika calling from Trustpower. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I remember we were just chatting about you giving a call to Genesis. Did you have a call? Did you get through to them?
I did. I spoke to them for over 40 minutes, in fact. I spoke to
really?
a couple.
Down there?
Oh, well, the first half was really bad, and the second half was really, really good. So,
okay.
because I basically said that I was, keen on switching over and all the rest of it, because as far as I was concerned, I was quite happy to do so. And I asked them about how much balance was left. There was about $300-400 balance left, and asked them whether or not they'd accept like a $10 or a $15 weekly payment until it's paid off, sort of thing. Which they wouldn't. The minimum payment they would accept through a direct debit was $96 owing, because they wanted it paid off within a month. Which they then changed their tune once I pushed them further for various payment options, which apparently they have a payment plan, which was what I asked for in the first place. And that broke down to, I think it was $56 they changed the direct debit to over 12 payments, so it ended up being more. And then I started to ask them for the terms and conditions in regards to the payment plans, and she went away for a long time and then came back, and I said, look, at the end of the day, all I'm trying to do is save money. I said, that's all yourself, Atika, is trying to do, is to try and save us money. In fact, that's what you said before, eh? You do this job to save people money. And that's all I was interested in. And then she came back after reading me the terms and conditions, because I said to her, even if I pay Genesis Energy back over a 2-year period, so long as I'm making a regular weekly payment, because she was trying to say that the idea of paying through direct debit was to save me any credit hassles. And I said, well, I was paying a zero balance each month before we did direct debits. It wasn't a matter of having credit issues. We just did it we did it for convenience and for the 10% discount. Now, so in the end I said, look, can you match Trustpower's offer? And they can't. They can't match the 15% discount. But what they did do in the end, and I feel kind of stink, and this is all because of you, and I thank you for this, but it's all because of you, because I said, well, look, I've been given an offer of $302 over a 24-month period plus a $100 discount, and she's turned around and said, well, if you do nothing and stick with us for 12 months, we'll give you basically $300 off for the now, and so it's $300 off today for the 12 months. Which obviously sounds like a better deal to us. So we've accepted that basically because it worked out better, and the rates they were giving were identical to yours. So basically they sold us on the deal of, if we stick with them for 12 months, we get a $300 discount today. So, I feel stink because I've wasted your time. Is there any way I can sort of like I don't know if you're commission-based selling, but you've done exceptional work to try and get us to join. And I feel stink because, there's no way I could have swapped over and made that $50 whatever payment for the next 3 months and then still honoured you guys either, because it would have put us in the worst drink to try and pay more each month for at least 3 or 4 months. Whereas in this way, because you were so persistent, which I really think, and I was about to switch over, because you were really persistent, and I said that you guys are really persistent for us to switch over, and I was really keen on switching over, but then once I sort of gave her a slap about the face and say, but wouldn't it be better for you to try and keep me as a customer, then her attitude just completely did a 180. I was the best customer in the world all of a sudden.
Yeah, they seem to do that.
Isn't that weird? And I sort of like, yes, I want to save money, which is the whole point of all of this, but, I sort of felt like you've done such a good job trying to sell us this, but the better deal ended up being from them. So what can I do to help you? What can I offer you? Are you commission-based? Do you still get paid anyway?
Oh yeah, I get paid on an hourly rate.
Okay, so you're not like commission-based or anything. You're not going to lose anything for all the time you've spent with me.
No, I'm not going to lose anything.
Oh, good.
In our company, I don't think I'd like it if it was just commission-based.
Yeah.
But it is also commission-based, so obviously, the more sales I make, the more money I make.
I reckon you must be doing a brilliant job, because I'm a hard sale, and I said to Leah, I'm going to switch over there, and she says, but you weren't keen on it yesterday or 3 days ago, and I says, well, from what she's selling, it's good. But it was only because we come to the point where I had to ring up Genesis and then deal with them for 40 minutes, that they decided to do, like you say, the sweetener to keep us.
Yeah.
You know, for the difference of $302 and $100 over a 12-month versus 24, to me, you know, that was the selling point.
So, just to kind of clarify, just so you know,
Sure.
usually when people do sign over anyway, they do get a call from Genesis.
Oh, okay, so they would have done it.
So Genesis would have, if you, when you switch over, basically, Genesis would probably still give you a call and still try and win you back again.
Okay.
That's just usually what power companies do to keep their clients.
Sure. So basically,
even if you hadn't given them a call,
Yeah.
They may have still given you that offer.
Okay.
Basically, it's just to retain you, really.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's good in the short term.
Yeah. Well, they didn't actually. It wasn't a discount. They called it a bill holiday, I think, which is a $200.
Bill holiday. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's a $250 bill off, and then she said very quietly while I was recording her, she'd also give me another $50 off. Okay. I don't know why she did that, but she just did it.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's my personality. I don't know. But yeah, I was really shocked. So, you know, like I've said to my wife all afternoon, my God, Tika's going to ring me back and I'm going to feel so stink because I can't give you the sale after your hard work. But it makes me feel better at least that you're on a salary base.
All I can really ask you now is maybe, do you know anyone who would be interested?
I will refer you. I will absolutely refer you guys because, like I say, it's only because we've stuck with them, and honestly, the thought of not actually having to do anything, which is what it basically is, we're getting $300 off the power bill. So, you know, that's appealing. I suppose it's better than having to go through the whole change around and then get one back and another change around. I suppose that's a lot more hassle for most people. So, skip the middleman, I suppose. But
obviously this is kind of a personal question, but
go for it.
what we do sometimes ask usually at the end of a sale, obviously, is to be able to see if there was anyone who would be interested, and get a number off you or anything. Do you know anyone who might be dealing with some issues with power, who is trying to get a cheaper bill or anything that I can maybe give a ring?
I do have a friend in town that I know selling his house, and he's moving out to the country soon. I can refer him. As for his number, that I don't know. He usually rings me on a cell. And I do know of a couple of other people that are shifting around, and like I say, I will certainly refer you, for the best deal, because like I say, I feel stink, and I think it's only because we were an existing customer she made that offer. If I was a new customer, there's no way I would have got that.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. So, after all said and done, I've stuck with them. I've sort of done the verbal contract over the phone with them, and yeah. But,
okay.
Yeah, I thank you so much for your time and your efforts. And
no, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you for being easy to talk with, which makes my day a lot easier.
Yeah, you must strike so many.
It's obviously best for you, that situation. Obviously, I would have liked a sale, but that's okay. With you getting the best deal out there, really.
Yeah.
You sound like a good guy, and I don't want you to be out of pocket in any way.
Just an average man.
What I'll do is just because I do need to get on with other customers and things.
Sure, absolutely.
I'll let you go.
Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening.
Okay, and you too. Best wishes to you and your husband.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So, end result. It's bloody awesome. If we'd gone through the whole changeover rigmarole, I could have been bound by some sort of early cancellation fee from one company to switch back to the existing previous company. Could have copped all of those sorts of things. I doubt I would have. I would have checked all of that stuff first just to make sure, because one must do one's due diligence. But as that shows, fantastic stuff. So again, to Atika, she rocks. She really does. I recommend Trustpower. Even though I'm with Genesis Energy, and we've been with Genesis Energy even since they were Mercury Energy, when they switched over, and that was a few years back. We've been with them for a long time, and as I said to Trustpower just then, if I was a new customer, there's no way I would have gotten that deal. So, however, if I'd switched over and then switched back, there would have been perhaps some issues there too. This way, I did nothing. All I did was discuss things, talk nicely, pleasantly, and in the end it goes to show that you can, by just sitting on my little plump backside here, save yourself some money. Alright, because I did nothing other than take phone calls. Cool, eh? Now, you think about it, $300 is a week's wage for a minimum wage person. It's, you know, it's 3/4 of what a wage I used to be making when I was out there in the employed field. But yeah, food for thought, people. Food for thought. I highly suggest to anyone, if they get calls from alternative power companies, to ring their other power company. Tell them what you're being offered. Ask them if they'll switch over. Perhaps not go through the same rigmarole I did at the first half with Genesis Energy and ask about repayment plans and all that sort of jazz, but hey, works out in the long run. Cool. Peace all. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't plan on making these clips, but I always like to press record whenever the phone rings. See ya.